All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Liberate Your Money, episode 36. Last video, we were talking about Bitcoin. We were correcting. It was January a couple weeks ago. We were around that 30K, and it was looking like we were going to dump. And then we rebounded on some super bullish news, which was the Tesla allocation to Bitcoin. Basically, Tesla allocated $1.5 billion of their cash into Bitcoin, and what did it do? It sent Bitcoin flying. And now we are back to a bullish market, and things have been popping off. This tweet by Travis Kling, I think, sums up the news, the Elon Musk news and Tesla. In a prior life, we used the term re-rating for stocks whose story was changing so meaningfully, it became like a totally different stock with different valuation parameters. Yesterday was a re-rating of Bitcoin, and likely the single largest re-rating ever. Forever different. And, you know, that's super bullish. I think he's right, because when the richest person in the world allocates 1.5 billion, which was about 8% of his total cash, into an asset like Bitcoin that not everybody, a lot of people are skeptical on, it really just solidifies its, its plausibility. It solidifies it as an asset class that even the richest person in the world is willing to allocate to. And that's huge. And that's what he's saying in this tweet. Like, all these corporations are going to be looking for ways to allocate now. We're seeing Canada just got approved for an ETF. Australia's in the works on approving an ETF. So tons of people are looking to get exposure, and all of this is just super bullish for the price of Bitcoin. And my outlook is bullish. We're in the middle of the most bullish year of the 4-year cycle, so I think pullbacks are for buying, right? So this is the Bitcoin chart. In last video we were hovering right down here. We were talking like, if we lose this level down here, if we lose that 29.3, which is the yearly open, things are going to get a little ugly, and we're probably going to pull back to like that 23, 24K. And we never did that, because days after the news broke that Tesla allocated 1.5 billion, and we shot up. And we actually sold off, and then we continued to the upside. And then shortly after, we saw one of the largest daily candles. Actually, it was the largest daily candle in Bitcoin's history. It was like 23% or some shit like that, which is unreal, especially at this high of valuation. It went from 38 to 46. I mean, bam, just a green dildo. I remember waking up that day and just being like, holy shit. So yeah, we've been bullish ever since the news. We broke out of the all-time highs, and we actually have yet to test those all-time highs. I'm guessing that we probably won't. As of right now, there's no reason to believe that we will, because we are in this little consolidation pattern right here. I want to see us hold that 44.8K, and then I was going to assume that we're going to continue to the upside. So that's kind of my plan. If we don't lose 44.8, we're going to continue the upside. If we do lose it, I'm predicting that we're probably going to at least test 42K to that 40K, and maybe even down here to that 39K. And really, I think this whole thing is bullish still. Price could even get back into this range right here and still be bullish, guys. Like, I would want to see this 32.6 hold, just because the VPVR is showing us that is a major level. I would want to see us hold that, as well as the yearly open. I could see us test the yearly open again, like if things get really bearish and we have like a major sell-off for whatever reason. Those would be the two major levels I'd be looking for it to hold, before I would turn like bearish. So as of right now, we don't have to worry about that. We're sitting bearish. This doesn't look like a blow off top. We had the Tesla news weeks ago. So I think things are bullish relative. But also, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I've been seeing a lot of traditional stock market traders, like guys that I really respect and have been doing this way longer than I have, and, make really respectable calls. They've been talking really toppy. They've been talking, traditional markets. They've been looking macro. They see that the world is in turmoil, that people are not working. The economy is in the dumps. We've got this virus that is still running rampant. It's winter time. We've got these storms all over the place, and we also got all these top signals, right? I mean, we've got TikTokers talking about Bitcoin. We've got celebrities that are talking about Bitcoin and altcoins and all that other shit. And it just reminds you a lot of the 2017 hype cycle, and the top signals that were present are present now. So it gets kind of scary. But I think every bull market probably sees this, and it's going to see things from the previous bull market, and, we're going to have new top signals. It isn't just going to be celebrities, it's going to be something that we don't, like in hindsight, we're going to be like, oh yeah, that was clearly the top signal. Like, we had never seen that before, like, like maybe like a 15-year-old Chad Bitcoiner buying, a major company or something. I don't know. It's going to, just in hindsight, it's going to be like, yeah, that was clearly a top signal. But right now, I think things are just too bullish. And in the 4-year cycle, we are in the year that sees significant returns. The greatest way to see that is on the yearly chart. So each candle represents a year of price action. And the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin can't be more relevant than by looking at this chart. And the reason I say that is because, okay, this is January of 2011. This would be the first sell-off year. This is the recovery year, the Omega bull run year. Then we have our sell-off year, recovery year, bull run year, or the breakout year, major bull run year. And then it's a cycle, right? And then we have the bearish sell-off. Then we have the recovery. Then we have the start of the bull. And now we're going to have that exponential candle, guys. This is the year of the exponential candle. Boom, boom, boom. This sucker's going to go high. And that is the cycle of Bitcoin. So, like, until this year unfolds, I don't know what the bull market is going to look more like. I've been going back and looking at the first bull market and the second bull market and trying to compare them. And if we look, this was the first halving, right? So this was the first bull run. And if you look at it, it had two pushes. It went from $12 to $200, corrected down to $60. It went from $250 to $60. What is that? That's insane. That's so overextended. That's a 75% dip. Wow. And look at the swings, the intraday or intra-week swings or intra-month swings. It had an 80% dip in the same month. Wow. And that just goes to show you, like, look how straight up and down price moved, and then it dipped. I think the higher and faster you go up, the harder you're gonna dip. Like, it's seen an 80% correction, but it created higher lows from there, and eventually rose to $1,200. So it went from $12 to $60 to $60, back up to $1,200, and then it sold off to $150. It went from $1,200 to $150, and then from $150 it went to $20K. So, like, if you look at how fast we've risen in this cycle, it looks like we're rising fast, like almost like the first bull run. I mean, it isn't as steep as that, but it's damn close, right? It's like this was definitely the steepest part of the previous bull cycle, and you know, it crashed hard, 40% here. And this is a multi-month correction, where our first correction here was only 1 month long. So like, I'm wondering if we don't see more of a bull run similar to the first one back in 2012 and 13 and 14. What if we just have like a couple big pushes where like we shoot up really high like this, get overextended, and then we correct for like 2 or 3 months, and then we continue, go exponential again, and then we correct for, you know, a good, like towards the end of the year, that would wrap up the bull market. We're probably so extended that we need an extended bull market to consolidate again. But I would assume that we would be at 250K plus if we were at that level. But yeah, so I'm just kind of spitballing here. I don't know if we're going to see a slow, gradual, kind of like the previous bull market, or if we're going to see something like one of the first bull markets where like we just have like hyper Bitcoinization, all these corporations are trying to get allocated, there's just not enough Bitcoin, and then it just skyrockets the price. You know, maybe we see something like that where we just have like these 2 major pushes, and then we finish out the bull market and repeat the cycle. I don't know. I think this time's way different than the previous bull markets. You know, we're just gonna have to see. It's probably not gonna be similar, but it's probably going to rhyme, right? So we'll just have to see. I'm bullish until we're not. We're in the middle of that exponential price discovery year, according to Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. So I have to remain bullish, guys. Things just keep going up. I'm going to continue to flip altcoins. You know, my strategy the past 2 weeks, while price has been consolidating, this whole month of January has just seen altcoins jump from the bottom. I mean, they've been going from anywhere from 2 to 10xing, just because they found their bottom. Bitcoin chills out, people rotate their Bitcoin into altcoins, and then they ride the altcoins up, and then once Bitcoin looks like it's going to break out again, they flip those altcoin profits back into Bitcoin, ride Bitcoin up, and then just repeat the cycle. And that's kind of what my strategy's been, and I've actually ended up with more Bitcoin than what I started with. And I haven't really been buying Bitcoin per se. What I've been doing is I've been buying altcoins and then riding those pumps, and then I flip that into Bitcoin. So I'm using my altcoins to essentially accumulate more Bitcoin. And that's kind of how I've been accumulating Bitcoin on the way up. I have a lot of people asking me, so are you buying Bitcoin? And it's like, well, I mean, I kind of am, but I've actually been buying altcoins, and then those gains, I rotate them into Bitcoin. So essentially, it ends up being I bought Bitcoin, but I ride the multiples on the altcoins first. I try to squeeze them out for whatever I can to get some sats, right? So that's my strategy. That's kind of where I think we're at. I think as long as we hold that 44.8K, we're going to continue to the upside. I want to see us hold the yearly open, which is at 29.3. That would be my lowest level before I would turn bearish again. But as of right now, we're bullish. Elon Musk has got the market bullish. So we're going to respect the pump, man. That's all I got. I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.